Every team remaining in the Final Four in Missouri high school football faces the task of making it to state, which is no stranger to Lamar. For the Tigers, today was more than playing for a spot in Columbia, but defending their state title for the 7th consecutive year. Tigers up in Lathrop, making their 10th consecutive Final Four appearance. Mules undefeated on the year. First drive for Lamar, it's Duncan Gepner. Hops in untouched for the score. 7-0 Tigers lead. Lathrop would even things up at 7. Then later their special teams comes up big. Gepner punting but blocked, and Drew O'Connor with the scoop and score. 14-7 swing with the Mules leading. Same score later in the second. Lathrop's Brady Wheeler follows his Hogs up front, made it a 21-7 advantage at half. Tigers though come out of the locker room playing fast. Gepner again behind his big boys falls in and makes it a one-score game. Still 21-14 in the fourth, but the Mules answering right back. It's Blake Gordon on the keeper to the outside, fights through and gets his way into the end zone and gives his team some breathing room. Lamar scored to make it 28-21. Last-ditch effort on the onside kick, but Lathrop comes up with it, and Lamar's Class II reign ends today. They fall in the state semifinals 28-21. Lathrop will face Blair Oaks in the final, and Lamar head coach Scott Bailey with a lot of praise for the Mules after the game.
Very well coached, number one. Did a number of things today that caused us a lot of problems that we hadn't seen before. So first thing you got to say is very well coached. Second thing is extremely, play with great effort. Extremely hard football players, play with a lot of energy and a lot of effort.
Now to Class 4, Webb City hosting the semifinal rematch of last year's title game with Ladue Horton Watkins. Rams made a field goal on their opening drive, but Webb's first offensive play, quarterback Cade Beeson busts this wide open, sheds one tackle and gets down at the 1-yard line. 79-yard run sets up Durand Henderson, who punched it in on the next play. Cardinals led 7-3. Second quarter, Ladue driving. Quarterback Henry McIntosh made a bunch of plays on this drive, none bigger than this. Reese Road, 12-yard touchdown reception. Rams back in front, 10-7. But Webb has an answer in the form of senior running back Kane Parks. 53 yards on the spark by Sparks. Cardinals missed the extra point, but led 13-10 at half. Fourth quarter, Webb has already blocked one field goal. Ladue lining up for another, but again blocked, and again by Terrell Kabbalah, his second of the day. But very next play, Ladue defensive lineman Jelani Davis blows up the handoff in the backfield. Webb fumbles. Ladue takes over inside the 20. Huge turnover because it led to this. Ladue touchdown pass. McIntosh again to Mason Player. Made it 17-13 Rams after the PAT. At Webb City just could not get anything going offensively in the second half as the Cardinals lose 17-13. After the game, John Roderick taking responsibility for his offense's shortcomings.
It was a day where we made a lot more mistakes than I ever could imagine we would have made, as an offensive football team. We didn't score in the second half, and that's on me. I mean, I'm the one in charge of our offense. So.
Now let's go to Class 5. Carthage seeking their first ever berth to the state championship, hosting 2016 state champs Vianney. First drive for the Griffins, Notre Dame commit Kyron Williams goes right through the heart of the defense, untouched for the score, 6-0 lead after the missed PAT. The Griffins senior got to work on defense as well. Zeke Sappington in at quarterback, picked off by Williams. No one close to him after jumping that route. 12-0 lead after the 50-yard pick six. Tigers trailing 15-0 now, under 30 seconds left in the half. Patrick Carlton under center, pump fakes, then goes back shoulder to Jaden Morgan. That made it a 15-7 game at half. Now 22-7 lead thanks to another Williams rushing score. And as LV Miles once said, and he can pass to a wide open for Reed Cheeks, 68 yards all by himself. That made it a 29-7 game after the point after. But more fight from the Tigers. Carlton again to the air, hooking up with J-Mo one more time, and the senior takes a defender for a ride, and good things happen when you keep chopping those feet, as shown by Jaden Morgan. That made it 29-14, but no more comeback in Carthage as Vianney advances with a 36-21 victory. They will face Fort Osage in the title game, and Vianney, unlike anything Carthage has seen this season.
There's no comparison in terms of athleticism and even physicality. You know, sometimes physicality is hard to judge on film, and we knew they were athletic, we knew they could run, and, you know, we knew they were fast and big-time playmakers. But those guys up front, I thought their offensive line did a really good job tonight.
And in Class 3 now, Mount Vernon in search of its second straight appearance in its state championship, hosting Cardinal Ritter out of St. Louis. Lions getting an early touchdown and go up 6-0, but Mountaineers respond with Carson Bowman. 2-point no good, but game is still tied. Cardinal Ritter responds with Micaiah Hagans, throws one up to Luther Burden, and he hauls it down, 62-yard touchdown pass. Extra point no good, 12-6 Cardinal Ritter lead. Second quarter now, after a Mount Vernon turnover, Hagans would go back to the air on the play action fake, finds a wide open Cameron Coleman, 14-point Lions lead, and Mount Vernon season ends today in the semifinal 49-6. Cardinal Ritter will play Trinity Catholic. Mountaineers finish with a 12-2 record. And with Webb City and Lamar not making it today, first time since 2009, neither will be in state. First time since 2007, Southwest Missouri is not represented in Columbia. Have a good night, everyone.